This is a pre-trip video for truck number 7020. It's 2016 Chevy Colorado. Start off by popping this hood here. That's the latch. This truck is currently under construction, so it doesn't have a bumper, but for our purposes it'll work. The latch right here, put your hand underneath it, slide to the right. Start off left to right under the hood. Your coolant here, make sure it's full. Your max line is where these arrows are. It's currently full if you had to add some. Right in that hole there. Make sure that's tight and secured. Go through here, hoses. Make sure there's no electrical hanging, no hoses busted, nothing hanging, nothing loose, nothing broken. You run through here, make sure your air box is secured. The front here, make sure your radiator is good. No leaks in it, nothing's broken, nothing's leaking underneath it. Go down here, check your hoses all out, make sure they're not leaking, they're not busted. I'm gonna go ahead and check our belts here. Be a little hard to see in the video, but belts are down here. They're tight, they're secure, they have tension. They're not broken, they're not dry rotted. Those are good. Come over this side, check our washer fluid. Washer fluid's good, nice and full. It's our fuse box. Make sure that's all good, nothing's loose, nothing's hanging off of there. Those fuses right there run our solenoids, they'll be good. Make sure that's on the tight. Check our battery terminals. They're tight, all of our connections are tight. Our wires coming off going to the solenoid. They're all intact, they're good. Here's our brake fluid. Brake fluid's good. It's full. If you had to fill it up, take it off here. That's where you'd fill it at. Our oil, when you check the motor, make sure nothing's wet, no oil leaking anywhere. Here's our dipstick for the motor. Pull this dipstick out. Wipe it off. We just did an oil change in this, so it should be relatively full. Yep, right to the full line where it should be. If you had to add oil into this because it was low in the field, you would do that right here. See that cap labeled 5W20, 5W30. Right there, put a funnel in, fill it up slowly. If it was completely empty for some reason, make sure you tell somebody, but if you had to do an oil change, 7 quarts of 5W30 right there, it's labeled. This truck has a sealed transmission, which means you cannot check the transmission from a dipstick anywhere. You'd have to go underneath and have a mechanic do it. Come around to the side here. Our steering linkage is right down there. Little black rib bar. We'll make sure that that's intact, that's secure. This does also not have power steering fluid. This is electric power steering, so you shouldn't have to worry about adding fluid to this. Come over, I'm gonna check inside the cab now. Where you get in, make sure handles work, mirrors aren't cracked, and your glass is cracked or broken. Climb in. See here, radio, 2-way radio. That's how you turn it on, turn that knob. Push to talk. Aero board's right here. It's your brightness settings. Your different functions of the aero board. That's off. We use the 4 dots a lot, so I'm gonna put on 4 dots. Here'll be your 4 ways, traction control, your air settings, AC on off, temperature control, defrosters, blowing towards you, blowing towards your feet. That's all good there. In this truck, it's labeled right there, gross vehicle weight ratio. It's important for your paperwork. Right here is the vehicle height. That is also important for your paperwork. And right here it tells you the activation fuses under the hood. That would be important too. Your beacons, how you turn them on and off. Right here. And that'll be the beacons for the back. Aero board up and down. Right here, I have it up for this purpose to show you guys. We'll go ahead and turn these lights on. Make sure this mirror is secured. That mirror is good, nothing's cracked, it's broken. Go ahead and check these lights. Starting off in the back here, you can see that the strobes down here in the bumper are good. The strobes up there are working. 4 dots are working. Our tail lights are working. Turn the brake lights on. Brake lights are working. Left turn signal. Okay. Right turn signal. Okay. 4 ways. They're both working. Start the truck up, put it in reverse. Reverse lights are working. Also your license plate lights here. They're both working. Make our way to the front. See our low beams are on. High beams. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. 4 ways. Alrighty. You see there our lights are working. Our in the cab is done. We're going to start our walk around. I always want to make sure that everything you got here is secured. This bumper is a bad example, but make sure this is all intact, this is all secured. Make sure the hood's all the way closed. And start working around to the tires. Start off, both tires. Look underneath them. Leaf springs, make sure they're intact. They're good. Around here, nothing's loose, nothing's broken, nothing's hanging. Look from the back side. You can see right down there. See the back of the caliper, see the brake lines. None of that's leaking. Shocks are all good. Let's get these tires, make sure they look nice and hard. There's no hubcaps on here. Check these lugs, make sure they're tight. Everybody should have a tire pressure gauge in one of their toolboxes. Check tire pressure. Right here, 44 PSI. Around here, it says gasoline only. Pop that. Come inside. I lied to you, don't go inside. Just push on it. Gas cap. Nice and secured. Tethered on there, not going anywhere. Make sure your aero board is on there tight, that's not going anywhere. Come around the front here, same thing. Check the shocks, check the springs, check everything behind there. Check the lug nuts, check tire, make sure it's hard. Get a look behind it, make sure nothing's leaking. Everything's all good back there. You get inside here and see the brakes a little bit. Look inside the hubs. And then, same thing with this side. Tires are hard. Look behind there. I don't see anything problem back there. Nothing's leaking. Everything's secured. All your boots need to be sealed. Axles are sealed. Nothing's leaking. Same thing in the back of this tire. Check all behind the tire. Everything you can check. Check it. It's all good. Our bumper's secure. Everything back here is secured. Our latch works. Go on here. Our hitch is secured. Make sure our sign fits into that hitch securely. Our trailer plug right here. That's secured. They work. I'm going to run through this paperwork that we have here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. You see here, we got in the cab, wipers and horn. See the horn, wipers, see they operate. I want to check this paper to make sure you don't miss anything. And looks like this truck does not have red triangles or fire extinguisher. They're not required in this truck because it's less than 10,000 pounds. Vehicle height is listed in there. Gross vehicle weight is listed in there. Always make sure you have your license, your DOT card, and all the other proper stuff that you need with you, including your PPE.